All right, so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this very special webinar where I'm going to explain spontaneously my particular approach to artificial intelligence. And I'm going to use the example of digital marketing, which I used to be teaching at Taft College from 2017 to 2022 inclusively. When I quit my job, I was paid $80 an hour, but I felt that AI was such a phenomenal invention that I quit everything. I just focused on AI, and so today I want to share with you my particular approach to AI, which is radically different from the mainstream approach, which is based on deep learning. Um, Deep learning is fine. Generative AI is fine. Large language model is fine. But I think that, as I put it in the description box, I think that they require manual prompting in the sense that they require that you, the user, write something before you get something, right? Um, but that's not the approach that I want to use, because the problem with prompt engineering is that garbage in, garbage out. If you don't have prompt engineering skills, then the results that you're getting from large language model doesn't matter which one you're using. Your results are going to be limited. But I want to use a radically different approach, and I use the full self-driving chip at Tesla to as an analogy. Of course, I'm not going to create something similar to the FSD full self-driving chip of Tesla, but I just want to use that as a real life example of how powerful it is. So as you can see, with the full self-driving chip of Tesla, Tesla doesn't require that you do anything. Like, there's no prompting. You just get into a car, and recently Tesla came out with their robo taxi. You just get into a car and it drives you from point A to point B. So I want my AI systems, my artificial business intelligence systems, to sort of drive people from business point A to business point B, or financial situation A to financial situation B, right? There's no prompting. You just sit in the car, and here we see the Tesla, the chip, but in general this is what a chip looks like. And so that's my approach. I want to create business systems that people can use right away. There's no prompting. You just download the artificial business intelligence system. It's quite a mouthful. So, and you can make money right away. And this is a $1 billion bet. I'm betting that my knowledge-centric approach is going to pay off much more than the large language models out there. Of course, I could very well fail, but in this live stream, I want to explain to you the logic, the rationale, the thesis behind my knowledge-centric approach. Now, notice that in the case of most large language models, they're not using knowledge, they're using data. They need a lot of data from the internet, they need a lot of compute power, a lot of GPU, but it takes a lot of energy because they have to process all the data. They have to predict the next token. In my case, there's not a lot of prediction. It's really knowledge, but I want my artificial business systems, intelligence systems, to be able to predict, what's going to happen in the real world. Okay, we're not talking about predicting the next token, based on your prompt. We're talking about predicting what's going to happen in the real world of business, and then and then the AI will drive your business for you, very much like this image of I don't know if this is Tesla, but anyways, it's typical, where the AI in the car shows you a high level overview of what's happening in the environment, what they call situational awareness. But in my case, the AI system will also drive the car for you, very much like a self-driving Tesla. And so with this in mind, this is the overarching philosophy that I have It's an approach that's based on knowledge, on wisdom, on experience, on real world knowledge, not on data and computation, but really knowledge in the sense of what's actually real in the real world, in the business world, so that you know exactly what to do. But even better than that, it's like a chess engine. It tells you exactly what you have to do, and it does it for you in most cases. But even if it's not an AI agent, it's going to tell you exactly what to do, and you just do it, and your business situation is going to be improved. This is not something that Sam Altman is promising right now, and I'm not sure he's promising that in the future. GPT-5, GPT-6, GPT-7, it's all the same thing in the sense that it requires that you enter a text, a prompt, and then it answers your prompt. It's really just a conversation. But what I'm building with my artificial business intelligence is really it's like a full self-driving chip by Tesla, where it is actually going to drive not your car but your business. And so let's take a look at actually practically what I mean. So here I use the example of a digital marketing chip, and I call it chip as an analogy, right? And so you go to this Google drawing, and you see the digital marketing chip, and you see all the components like lead generation, social media, content marketing, and all these topics have something to do with digital marketing. So someone who wants to learn digital marketing can use these Google drawings to learn. But it's not just about learning digital marketing, it's about implementing. So you have to know exactly what to do. So conceivably and theoretically, you don't need to pay, like, I think Taft College was charging like $28,000 to international students. You don't have to pay any money to learn digital marketing, because through my digital marketing chips, you can actually learn exactly what you need to learn, what you're interested in learning, what you have to learn in your job or in your business. So here you can learn digital marketing, you can learn online marketing research, which I used to teach. You learn YouTube marketing, project management. This is particularly good if you want to create a digital product like a video course or a software program. You need project management skills. You can learn how to design a sales funnel, email marketing, webinars, how to create information products. Now, the great thing is that if you look at this email marketing, you click on it, and it's actually a link, right? So if I click on this link, I get to this digital marketing chip. Whoop. Sorry, something wrong here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so you click on this on email marketing, and you get to the email marketing chip. And email marketing is a very specific digital marketing channel. And if you want to learn about automation, if you want to learn about list building, if you want to learn about discounts, then you click on it, and it's going to get you deeper into that world, the world of webinars, online events, and also Facebook, which is used to sorry, I don't know what's happening with my Google. Yeah, so basically that's the approach I'm taking, and the great thing is that the users of these Google drawings, they can save a copy. They can make a copy, or they can save it to their drive, and then they can develop it themselves. And so we're going to have an army of digital marketing professionals who will develop all of these chips, all of these Google drawings. So for example, in terms of social media, I'm not an expert on social media. I do pretty well on Facebook, but I'm not an expert at all on TikTok or Instagram. So when you click on social media, you're going to get to a Google drawing that shows you all the different social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc., and we're going to have an expert for each of them. So that's basically, in a nutshell, my approach. Sorry, I don't know what's happening with my screen. Yeah, so that's my approach to AI. I want it to be super practical. I want it to be massively useful in the sense that you get to these Google drawings and you get value right away. You get all the knowledge that you need. You just have to click the box that corresponds to your situation, your preference, your priority, your objective, and you get specific instructions on what to do. So there's no need for prompt engineering skills. I don't think that's the right approach. I mean, it's useful, of course. If you need an answer for a health issue, a medical issue, ChatGPT or GPT-5, and in the future GPT-6, etc., they're going to be able to answer your questions. But you don't succeed in business by just getting answers. That's just the beginning. Or getting like documents, or even getting source code for a web application. You succeed in business when you actually do something. And that's the purpose of these Google drawings. I call them chips because I want to design them like computer chips. The purpose is to show you all the knowledge that you need to know, that you need to absorb and acquire, and then you choose the knowledge path, and then based on the path that you're choosing, by clicking on the right box, you're going to be led ultimately to a procedure, and you just follow the procedure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You follow the steps like a cooking recipe. You do what you have to do, and then you succeed. So that's my approach. I want to help people to implement and track their results, and ultimately my artificial business intelligence is going to guide people like any chess engine, Lila Zero or Stockfish. These chess engines don't require that you do any prompt engineering. I mean, the chess engine will scan your chessboard and it will analyze your situation, and it will tell you the sequence of moves that you have to make if you want to checkmate the opponent. Same thing with my artificial business intelligence. They're going to scan your situation, and also you can submit information based on, because it cannot read all of your business situation. It's kind of like blind. And you submit all your information so that the artificial business intelligence knows what's going on in your life, in your finances, in your competitive space, and it's going to propose all the right moves that you can easily make so that you can advance in business and you can succeed and you can achieve financial freedom and you can become a millionaire. That is theoretically and technically possible because I have most of the business knowledge to guide you in terms of creating a new digital product, especially digital in the sense of it's an ebook, it's a video course, it's a software program. I can guide you with that. I can guide you with marketing and selling your digital product to the world, and therefore there's no limit really to your becoming a millionaire if you follow the instructions by my artificial business intelligence, which contains my knowledge but also the expert knowledge of hundreds of people on LinkedIn. And the LinkedIn experts on business, marketing, sales, they have a stake in this scheme. They have a taste because if they contribute their knowledge in terms of list building, like there might be someone on LinkedIn who's very good at building lists or who's very good at creating webinars. If I include and integrate his knowledge and procedures in this box, then he's going to be promoted. So he's going to share a lot of his valuable knowledge and people are impressed. Let's call him John. They are impressed and they call him and they hire him to create webinars for them. Same thing with online events expert. Same thing with automation experts. So the more that experts share in terms of their valuable knowledge, the more exposure they get. And I already have like 20,700 connections on LinkedIn, so that's like a large audience. And so I'm going to promote to my 20,000 connections this digital marketing chip approach. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I know I sound like Donald Trump, but really it's going to be great because that's the major flaw of large language models today. They're not helping you to make progress in your life. GPT-5 recently came out. There were a few glitches, but even if Sam Altman debugs what's wrong right now with GPT-5, it's still gonna just give you answers. It's not gonna really guide you in taking action. And like I said, unless you take consistent, appropriate, and strategic action in business, you're not gonna succeed. And same thing, think of GPT-5 or 6 or 7 or DeepSeek or Claude or Gemini. It's like they're providing answers to you on the screen in your Tesla car. Okay, great. You can get answers on your computer screen in your Tesla. But the point is that you got to drive the Tesla. The Tesla is your business, right? You got to make the business move from point A to point B. But they cannot do that. To me, they're inferior to any chess engine, because at least a chess engine like Stockfish, it tells you what moves to make. You got to move the rook to B3 to h5, etc. So you move the rook, you move the knight, you move the king, etc. And right away your strategic situation is improved. But GPT-5 doesn't really care about your strategic situation in your career, in your business. It's just spitting out answers. Very useful answers, of course, very useful documents, even business plans and software programs, but it doesn't tell you how to sell your software programs. It doesn't tell you how to implement your business plan. And so my ambitious goal with this artificial business intelligence is to provide you with a chip that you can integrate right away, because these Google drawings, you can make a copy. You can make a copy of all my Google drawings to your Google Drive, and you can even sell them, right? But the point is that if you use my Google drawings, which are like computer chips, and you use them to guide your actions every day, you have to succeed in business. The analogy is like as if I have a video camera on your forehead, and I see everything that's going on in your life, that's going on in your business, right? So there's a video camera that sees everything that you see. It would be therefore theoretically possible for this AI inside of the video camera to tell you, no, John, don't do this, do that, don't do that, do this, and then it's going to guide you every step of the way. And this is something that right now OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, none of these companies can do that. They're not able to guide you step by step, and that is what's missing. That's what I'm building. I'm building an artificial business intelligence that is reading your situation in real time. It's guiding you in real time. It's providing step by step, so that you know exactly what to do. For example, here, if we click on email marketing, we get this, right? But if you click on automation, you're going to see a list of procedures in MailerLite, because I use MailerLite, but I could use MailChimp as well. You click on automation and you're going to see a procedure that tells you step by step how to create an automation. So it's not just knowledge at a high level, where you have an overview of the whole email marketing discipline. It can actually get very granular, where you get down to the procedures, and also after the procedures, you're going to have an evaluation set of criteria where you can verify that your automation actually works, that your list building procedure actually works, your webinars are of high quality and well attended by people that you convert into paying customers, your discounts are properly formulated, not too much, not too little, your Facebook pages, your Facebook groups, everything is going to be laid out to you in a step-by-step manner, and you just follow the instruction. Once again, this is not something that large language models, like even GPT-5, it's not something that they offer. And even if they are very powerful, once again, they require too much effort on the part of the user, because you have to become a prompt engineering expert. And most people don't know what prompt engineering is. And even if you are a prompt engineering specialist, you get answers. That's all you get. You don't get results. what ABI, or artificial business intelligence, is giving you is actual results. That's why we're confident that at some point in the near future we can charge people like at least $84 a month. That comes down to $1,000 a year for them to access our systems, because we tell them exactly what to do so that they can generate revenue. um, and after they implement what we recommend, they can actually verify their results. They can do some kind of quality control to make sure that they have implemented correctly. For example, our automation procedure. It's all in the implementation. It's why they say that the devil is in the details, you know. But ChatGPT doesn't provide details regarding implementation. They're just providing answers. We provide more than answers. We provide the entire architecture. This is what I call an architecture. The entire architecture that shows you what's going on, so you have situational awareness and you actually do what you have to do. So this is just a radically different approach. In a way, it's similar to what Gary Marcus is talking about when he says that AGI will only come when we combine system 2 thinking with system 1, when we combine expert systems with large language model. This is, you can consider this like an expert system. It's a system that showcases the various areas of expertise, whether it's list building or online events or automation. And so it's a combination of expert systems and large language models, because of course we're going to use large language models to create content for this kind of AI chips. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to share with you in real time, spontaneously, what I'm currently building in the next few months. And it's, you can have access to all of these AI chips right now, and so you can get an education regarding the different areas of digital marketing, whether it's content marketing, online marketing research, whether it's YouTube, Instagram. I forgot to put Instagram. Whether it's social media, webinars. You can get a full educational program regarding digital marketing, and you don't have to pay anything. So we're providing all of this digital marketing education for free. And then we're going to charge only a small membership fee, let's say $20 per month, to have access to all of our procedures, so that you can, depending on your situation, you can do email marketing, you can do social media marketing, you can do webinars if you're good at teaching, you can do content marketing, you can do YouTube marketing. Depending on your situation, your talent, your passion, your interests, you can choose the right digital marketing channel to make money. And of course, you need to sell a product, right? So we're going to teach you how to create an information product, whether it's an ebook, a video course, etc. And so you're going to be fine financially, but that's what we're working toward. We're not interested, like OpenAI, we're not interested in charging you a monthly fee without guaranteeing results. Like when we charge $20 a month, we guarantee that, or we promise that you're going to make at least 10 times that amount in terms of profits per month. So it could be $200 in profits. So you don't mind paying $20 a month, because you're making $200 at least in net profits. So that's what we want to do. We want to guarantee monthly profits, because if you don't make the profits of at least $200, then you're going to cancel your $20 subscription, right? So that's why we will do everything we can, short of a felony, to help you to actually make money. This is really my philosophy behind this Facebook group. It's really about making money from AI. It's not about getting medical advice. It's not about getting fitness advice, dating advice, etc. It's strictly about how to use AI in a business context so that you can make money. You can finally quit your job and say goodbye to your boss, and you can have a life of freedom. That's what I'm aiming for. I have a life of freedom, so I want everyone on the planet to have a life of freedom. I don't want anyone to have to work for a living. I don't work for a living. Like, I do whatever I want in life, But that's, freedom is something that you have to be serious about. Most people, I don't know, for whatever reason, they are not ambitious enough to want freedom. like they just continue the routine. But at some point, I think that everyone or most people will realize that AI is super powerful. Different kinds of AI, like my knowledge oriented AI is very different, but AI in general is very powerful. It can liberate you financially. You don't have to work at a job anymore. You can retire your mom. And so, but you have to approach AI with a strategic mindset. You've got to develop your ambition. You have to aim for 10 times the financial goals that you're currently aiming, because AI is that powerful. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to share with you my knowledge-centric approach to developing an AI that specializes in business. And so I'm going to give more webinars in the future, but these Google drawings are available right away so that you can begin to get a digital marketing education. Digital marketing is absolutely crucial if you want to make money online. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'm gonna have to go for my second coffee, but I hope you enjoyed it. And as usual, please ask your questions in the comments, and I'll talk to you more in the next live stream.